welcome to Backdate to the Future. I'm here with my good friend and builder of the car. This is Simo Verahanta from SV Auto. 1 week till SEMA, so I hope you've been enjoying the series. I think this is going to be episode 9. Make sure to click the subscribe button. Thank you again to SSF European Auto Parts for helping us with the whole series, and thank you to all the partners that we have who have made this build possible. Today we have a special guest, my good friend Bakari Howard from Falcon Tire. We're going to get him in the mix in a little bit. Today is actually also the first time you guys have been seeing this car on the ground with the wheels, the tires, center locks. It's all coming together. So Simo, I know you hate when I ask you this question. How long till SEMA?
Not enough.
Not enough. Okay, we are 1 week away. Literally at this time, next Tuesday, we will be on the Las Vegas convention floor. The show will have started and the whole world is going to be able to see the end project of the CSF 911. So every time you guys are coming by, it doesn't seem like a lot's going on, but a lot is going on. There's a difference between getting a car to SEMA and it looking good and getting a complete car done, built, driving right, everything works at SEMA. And that's really what you guys are looking to do.
Yeah, we started building the car from the premise that I don't want to make a show car, I want to make a car, a really good car. It has to be ready. Like you can drive it to the show and drive it home from there, and it's not a car that is put together with zip ties.
I'm so excited to drive the car the second it comes back from SEMA. You know, that's really what the whole point is to build a car that you can enjoy driving and really, you know, enjoy the work that's gone into it over the course of the last 10 months.
Yeah, we've never built a car that is just for show. I really believe that the car has to be a really well-functioning car. You're not all show and no go.
Yeah.
It's got to be all go.
Absolutely. So. The deck lid's on.
Yep.
We're waiting for the last few pieces of the carbon fiber. Alberto, who's doing our carbon, along with my good friend Long Tran from LTMW, have gotten the carbon pieces today. Yesterday was raining in Southern California, which never happens. The parts just weren't dry enough to be able to start to sand them and then put that satin clear coat that we're trying to put on it. So, you know, things happen, acts of God. We can't tell Mother Nature what to do. So that added a 1 day delay. Yeah. But I think everything's kind of coming along, and I hope by tomorrow we should have every single part left to have on this car, and the next couple of days is just fine-tuning some details, and the car will be ready to go on a transporter and off to Vegas on Saturday.
Yeah, no, we're in good shape. We've been able to work on other things meanwhile, and we're mentally and physically ready for those parts when they come in. We got other things meanwhile. We got the little 3D grill on the deck lid and many other details, so you've seen them.
What makes this car special is the details. You know, just like how you pointed on this hexagon grille, it's the same thing that carries over to the hexagon on the Kinsler plenum for the air filter. You know, some other details that you see inside, we got the Oxygencraft billet hinges. Those just came back from anodizing, and pretty much everything you see in the engine is ready to go. So this thing is complete. It looks awesome. You know, we got the titanium badges custom made from my good friend Dominic at Chasing Jays. You know, he really went all out to help me out with this project. We also changed all of the zinc bolts to titanium fender bolts. All these small details just really add a nice touch and really kind of complement the color scheme that we have going on with the anodizing and the Cerakote. One of the last few things that we need on here is going to be the carbon fiber rear diffuser. That's what we just talked about, missing a couple of pieces of the carbon, that and the engine deck lid.
Like everything else in the car, we had always planned A, B, and C on everything, and it's a dynamic process. As we build it, we see that, hey, this would be a better choice for us. We ended up with these lights, and I think that this was really the best choice. I like this from the get-go.
You don't want to go too extreme and too over the top. You don't want to make the conversation about, do you like these crazy futuristic lights or not?
Yeah.
So we decided to kind of, you know, make it as least complicated as possible, take it back to the original, but add a little bit of flavor to it. So we have factory taillights. I took them over to my good friend Alex and Luis at Rhino Customs and Detail, and they put a light smoke tint on it, and we've now put LED lights in them, bulbs in them, and it really has a good look. I was really pleasantly surprised how well it looked, and it does look modern, you know, when we were trying them last night.
Yes.
So I think this is a good choice, and I definitely think the smoke really plays off nicely on the metallic silver paint that we've picked.
Yeah, it matches all the color combination in the car.
Absolutely. We have the wheels and tires. We're going to wait to talk to our good friend Bakari about what he thinks about that. On the inside, everything's starting to go in. We have these awesome billet door locking pulls that we got from Renline. awesome detail that I think, you know, once you see it, it's just a cool little touch. Really kind of pops out. The whole door is put together. The dash is starting to go in. We got the custom steering wheel from our good friends at Carbone in Poland. So thank you to Bartek, thank you to Pavel. Center stripe done in Goyard. We sent them a small piece about 6 months ago and it all came back. This steering wheel actually took 2 steering wheels to put together. We had to take a steering wheel apart, then sent the center to get done in the ceramic Cerakote that we got done. Then we sent them another wheel to put together.
Yep.
And that's how they were able to assemble it. So it took 2 steering wheels to make one. All the gauges from North Hollywood Gauges are in. And just a testament to the team here at SV Auto. These guys took, you know, almost like 30, 40 minutes just to line up the gauges perfectly. You know, multiple people looking at different angles to make sure it was absolutely dead on straight. CAE shifter is in. Roger at Rogelio's has also done a great job getting all the upholstery put together. It's all coming in. We also have the pedals and the titanium floorboards from Chasing J's in. All the billet knobs from Renline, door pulls, trunk pull, that's all coming in as well. But it doesn't go without its problem, and we're gonna be real. So literally 1 hour ago, we had started to get a little bit of smoke.
Yep.
You know, they're just putting in the radio right now, and we're trying to figure out where the short is. Could it be coming from the AC system? Could it be coming from somewhere else? So, you know, that's just going back to what we talked about initially. We're trying to make a car that's perfect, running, and it's ready to go, not just something that looks good on the SEMA show floor.
Or it could be Fabian's just burning some electrical wire on the table like he did yesterday.
Chasing J's gave us some more fender hardware from over here, as well as on the hinges and the top. You know, we have a ton of Chasing J's titanium hardware, super premium, super expensive product that Dominic custom colored for me in this gold raw finish, and it just matches everything perfectly. So we're gonna just be putting a few other pieces, you know, on the car as we're assembling. This is a world's first piece. This came from Brian at Oxtencraft in Detroit. This is a factory replacement dash panel that hides the Porsche Classic navigation radio. One thing that we noticed when we put that radio in, it just kind of stuck out like a sore thumb. It was a super modern piece in a classic backdate vehicle, and it just didn't look right. We get why Porsche made it. You know, everybody wants the comforts and convenience of Bluetooth, navigation, Apple CarPlay, but we also want to hide it. So all you're gonna see is some of the buttons, the knobs, and the screen that pop out of here. So this is gonna be available from Oxtencraft real soon. We really pushed Brian to get us a factory piece. When we saw this online on his Instagram, it was literally just a 3D printed piece, and he made it happen, overnighted it to us, and now it's here. Roger from Rogelio's took a piece of Goyard the other day and put it together, and it literally all lines up. Super nice, gonna be right across the dash, and couldn't be happier how it came out. Another cool thing that we did that you're gonna see on the car is we got the Renline HVAC system billet controller with billet knobs. There was a couple black ones and there was a red anodized knob. The factory one is red, but you know, when we were looking at it the other day, it really kind of stood out too much. You know, it's heater control, it's supposed to be red. Well, we went and got it in a perfectly matched burgundy color to the interior. So, you know, resemblance to the red, everyone's gonna know it's for the heater control, but it's gonna match the car perfectly. So it's just those small details that now that we have time, because the team here at SV Auto has really been pushing, I'm coming by making sure that these small details are things that we can add into the car. They have a crunch bar from Finland because it's crunch time. And it's SEMA crunch, so they just keep it out here, I guess, to you know, make sure they know what time it is.
I think we're in good shape. We're pretty comfortable. I think nobody's too nervous. Of course, there are little setbacks you put one bolt in and take another one out. But I think we're good. We're happy, and the stress level is very low at this point.
Fabian, before you put that on the car, can we take a look at that center lock nut that you got sitting over there? So check that out. Fabian from Prado Motorworks is here. He's about to torque down the wheel. I'm assuming that's what you're doing. You got this massive torque wrench. You got an extender. And this is the center lock tool that Mike from Stansworks was able to put together for us. So this alone is an engineering work of art. And it goes with an amazing center lock piece. And yeah, do your thing. Sorry for stopping the flow.
No problem.
And what was our final decision on what we're going to be torquing these to?
400 pounds.
400 pounds?
But I just gonna do like 300 for now, 320, and see, you know, later.
Just for testing.
Okay.
Fabian wants to do donuts in the school parking lot.
Boom.
It clicked.
No, the tire tried to.
No, it clicked too.
Ooh, I think it did.
Yeah, it did.
My hand on this
No.
felt it.
No, I heard it click.
Did you feel it? Try it again without. There's no weight on the front. Go. We just roll it back.
As long as the wheel doesn't come off.
It's not coming up.
So we just rolled the car outside. Fabian and Tito are working on torquing down the wheels for the first time. So we're trying to do about 400 pounds torque, right around where like a brand new 991 GT3 torque setting would be. I also have my good friend Bakari here from Falcon Tire. You know, you're seeing a lot of the things happening for the first time, just like we are. Yeah. You know, the car has recently been put on the ground. We just put these wheels, tires, center locks together. And, you know, I can't thank you and Falcon Tire for coming on enough for coming on board and working out with us.
Of course. So. I think it looks amazing. You know, I think seeing it from the renderings of what John's vision was and to seeing it now in reality, I mean, it's really close. And I know we've kind of been in conversation about the car and the build and all the things you've done. I've kind of followed this series on YouTube. Seeing it in person, like you really can't see the attention to detail unless you're really here live, like the bags, the placement, the fitment on the wheels and tires, how the suspension sets on the car. Like, it's just an amazing looking car. It really is an homage to that kind of, you know, Backdate 911 era car.
One of the things that I love about the car is just the entire setup of what Rotiform did with their new CMP 3-piece forged wheel, you know, the center lock system that Mike from Stampsworks put together from us, and then obviously your guys recently released, about on the market for a year, the RT660 tires. Looks great. I love the way the stretch looks. The guys here really dialed in the fitment and you know, corner balance, alignment, it all looks great. I have RT660s on my Porsche 996 Turbo, and I came from some of the more premium competitive brand tires, and at first I was like, okay, let me try them out. They can't be as good, but I'm super impressed by how well they are, and they actually exceeded my expectations.
That's awesome.
And I've left them on my car, and I'm a believer. I'm fast on Falcon. So, you know, that's kind of where I am. Tell us a little bit more about the tire, Bakari.
Yeah, so the RT660 for us is in the Azenis family. For us, Azenis is really the halo of our products. Basically, the tire before this was the RT615K Plus, which lived a good life as a 200 tread wear tire. And we knew when we came out with a replacement for that we really had to compete with the top tires that were out at that time. So I think we really hit the nail on the head there that way with this tire. It's got tons of grip. Great feedback. It's a type of tire that you go fast, and essentially it's telling you can go even faster. A lot of the kind of feedback we've had is people have done several track days on the tire. So for someone that's looking to be really the fastest at a track event or a 200 tread wear category class, it's really the tire that'll get you there. For us, it's been a long time coming. The previous tire, which was the RT615K Plus, we've used that for many years in drifting, but as we've come up with this tire, it became kind of more of a niche track tire. So I have them on my car, and when I got this experience from the first time, I was just blown away by the level of grip they had. I know you and I went on a big cruise in the Northeast, and you had them on your car, and surprisingly, like, everyone was really fast on the tires. It's been really great for us. I mean, it's a very successful product, especially something that's at the top of the food chain for us. So it's nice that we can kind of tie in that motorsports feel that we had with the Porsche program and kind of circle that back. And, you know, all that really trickles down to a lot of things that we're going to sell that consumers can buy.
You know, I had the RT660, like I said, on my 996 Turbo, and the cruise you're mentioning is we were with Turn 14, Pitt and Paddock, good friends of ours, invited us to go on a rally. One of those stops was Pocono Raceway in Pennsylvania, and we got to rip on our cars at the track. That was my first time, you know, driving with the tires on the street, you know, through the rally, which was, you know, over 1,000 miles over the course of 3 days. But I also got to drive it at Pocono Raceway, and man, I was ripping on it. So I was really enjoying my car. I felt super confident with the grip. As I was starting to like learn the tires, I really felt that I could just give it a little bit more. And that is what a successful product is all about. And considering the price point of the tires, I definitely think it's the absolute best value that you can get in that premium sector when it comes to, you know, a summer performance tire. So I'm a believer. I definitely recommend everybody else to try it. That's why I wanted to put them on my car. Right now, during a pandemic, I think you guys have just completely crushed it because you have multiple sizes and they seem to all be kind of in stock, whereas a lot of your competitors don't have much.
Yeah, I know that we kind of switched up a front size and you were able to get that, and kind of from a retail standpoint, which is really good. We've been really just kind of focusing on getting product in, right? I mean, obviously, you know, when you see this video, I mean, there's all kinds of goods. You can look on the coast of, you know, California, the ships are still out there. So we've been really focused on making sure we have product. And especially with this tire, because it's, you know, become so successful in various different groups, whether you're a BMW owner, a Honda owner, a lot of folks have really been trying to get this product. So we've been really striving to make sure we have product available. So that's definitely a plus, especially when you have, you know, a lot of excitement about a product. You want to make sure you have inventory that's there.
You know, we put the 275 40 17. I just love the way it's got a little bit of stretch. It really looks good with the multi-step Rotiform wheel. You know, it just kind of gives a little bit of that period correct look as what you would see like on an old meaty tire from, you know, like a classic Porsche race car. In the front, you know, we were adjusting a couple things, and originally we had a 235, but it was a little too square to kind of match the rear. So just like that, within one day, I was able to get a 225 45 17, and it also helped with a little bit with the rake. So, you know, these are all those small details, you know, because the team here at SV Auto has just been grinding since the beginning of the year, we have time to make those adjustments.
Yep.
You know, we're not one day from the SEMA show and being like, fuck it, these are the tires we have, and then we got to put them on. It's like, hey, is there something that we can do a little bit better? And because of your guys, you know, stocking availability, we were able to get same tires next day, put them on, and it really kind of completed the look. Perfect amount of stretch matches on both sides. Alignment is perfect. Corner balance was perfect. And I couldn't be happier how the whole setup came about. So
Now the track day, when you take it out, it's got to be perfect, right?
yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. People think that this is going to be a museum car. It's just going to be sitting at Cars and Coffee. You will be seeing me driving these cars. You will be seeing me at track days with this. We're going to put a professional driver in the car as well. Really see what it can do on the track. And yeah, I'm just really excited about where we're at right now. So I've built a couple SEMA cars before. I know you've been part of a few SEMA cars, you know, in terms of helping out as a supplier. This week is kind of where it's like gut check time, right? We are building a car to hopefully compete for #1 at Battle of the Builders, which is the prestigious SEMA competition. And I think the team deserves it. They've definitely put the level of work and dedication into it, but the talent speaks for itself. I'm really excited to see, you know, what people think about when they see the final car.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, you know, really not cutting corners on this build, and, you know, even from a fitment standpoint and making sure you're choosing the right products, I mean, that's critical, right? A lot of times in the past, you look at SEMA builds as like, oh, like you see them static, but do they drive, do they roll, and things of that nature. And I think to have a fully functioning working car that, you know, after the event you can take to a track day and all that stuff, it's pre-set up and everything, just definitely shows the level of SV and yourself to really be diligent on building these type of products.
Yeah, even my bank account says there's no cut corners, so you know, definitely need to hit this. Hey, you guys like what you're seeing? Go out there and buy a CSF oil cooler, goddammit. So hope you like what you're seeing. I really appreciate it. From 1 week from right now, we will be at the SEMA show in Las Vegas. Check out the video every Friday. Sooner than later, we're going to get this car on the dyno at World Motorsports, and you're going to see the car out there live in the Southern California show scene and on the racetracks. So again, thank you to Falcon Tire and my good friend Bakari Howard for coming out, checking out the car in person. Got a little bit of a sneak peek. Couldn't be happier about the level of participation and dedication and enthusiasm from not just Falcon Tire, but all the companies that have been involved. Thank you to Jason at Rotiform and Mike at Stancework for really coming together on this whole wheel and tire package. It looks phenomenal. Stay tuned. We got carbon. We got a few other things to put in the car, final more details, and we'll see you at SEMA.